I warned y'all that this was gonna be popping. Let me see the news. Um, Subscription sharing. Let's do this. There's got to be some news at the top. Let me see. Ooh, wee! Our portfolio is on fire right now. Netflix is up almost 6.5%.
Dang. Netflix, you don't watch movies, but
I
Netflix
don't.
be
I'm
dropping.
invested.
Netflix paid Prince Henry
And
and
Megan girl,
100 million
and very
dollars.
much deservedly so.
Yep.
And they should. And they should keep paying it. They should continue to invest in their content library the
Yep.
same way that I'm gonna keep investing in my content library because that's what the next move is. The move. What people don't understand is the reason why Disney Plus, the reason why Disney Plus is move all of their stuff because it's very much more profitable for Disney Plus to license out the Marvel Cinematic Universe because they can make a lot of money by keeping it on other platforms.
Yeah.
Because before Disney Plus launched, Netflix was carrying the majority of Disney's Marvel Cinematic Universe on their platform.
Now it's all on Disney Plus.
Now it's all on Disney Plus because the name of the game is to have content creation, right? And so it's the same thing that we doing, right? When they do a Netflix special or they create Netflix original content such as Orange is the New Black. That stuff lives forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Disney started making a move to pivot to where they then decided that they wanted to buy ESPN, right? And they decided to buy all of what was it? Fox? It wasn't Fox. It was Fox. And they bought all of these huge content libraries. All they work and they bought Star Wars. Bought the Star Wars franchise and everything like that. All they did, what people don't understand from an investment perspective, right? And shout out to Donatello. I'm gonna break this down from y'all from a financial perspective. I'm invested heavy in stocks and crypto right now. I don't trust other people with my money. By the way, tell Q to read her DMs.
I'm blind.
Ooh, wee.
I'm blind.
Shout out to Donatello. Hey Don, I need you to tap into the Patreon. If y'all not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Because I don't want you to just blindly be investing. I do agree with the idea of dollar cost averaging, meaning that you're taking your money and you setting aside a specific percentage of how much you make every single bi-weekly, monthly, or whatever, and you're allocating it towards investing. But I think that you need to be more informed as an investor and stop looking at it as a stock or crypto and start looking at it as an opportunity to invest in companies that you otherwise wouldn't be privy to. Because if somebody come to you and they say, hey, I want you to invest $75,000 into my business or into my car wash or into my restaurant, you're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb to understand every single aspect of that business. You're going to look to understand who's the other investors, where is it going to be located, where is the competition at within a 5 mile radius, how hard is it going to be for us to get workers, what's the exit strategy, what's the return on our investment, how long before we can have an exit strategy, all of these other things. You want to know who's running it, you want to know how much power you have to determine whether or not we're going to go left or we're going to go right. And so a lot of people just look at the stock market and they say, well, I'm going to just throw all of my money into it because this is the way that I'm supposed to be moving. In reality, all you're doing is gambling. Now, I'm glad that you guys have started to take more serious your investment strategy and building up a portfolio. But I want you also to make informed decisions in the same way that if somebody was to ask for your hard earned money, I want you to make informed decisions so that you can go about doing things a little bit differently. Making an informed decision the same way that you would vet if somebody was to ask you for money to invest in a business in a brick and mortar is the same strategy that you're supposed to take when you vet in these companies that you invest in on a regular basis. I fundamentally understand Netflix. I understand every aspect of their business. I understand the long term strategy. I understand they co CEOs, which Reed Hastings actually is stepping down as CEO, and I got that news just the other day. Right. My point is that how we look at information and how we understand investments is the same way that we approach every single thing in life. You have to look at it from a long term view. And when you start to look at things from a long term view, the same thing that we say with regard to relationships, we start to vet things a little bit differently. You're not vetting a woman that you're just looking to bust down for the night the same way that you're looking at a woman that you're supposed to be having your kids by. And we're looking at investments the same way that people look at just having a kid, busting down a chick that's for the streets that they just met and they skeeting in her. And then next thing you know, you got a baby on the way trying to convince that hoe that I'll give you $500-$600 to get rid of it. No, homie, you messed up for the next 20 years now. And so instead of people vetting their investments more effectively, they continue to do things with this short-term mindset the same way that they deal with their relationships. You have to approach it differently if you want different results. All right. So Netflix is killing it. They literally almost doubled the subscribers that the analysts were anticipating that they were going. Man, get this out. Mm,
Raw and uncut.
time to cook. You know, when I start talking about money, it's a little different for me.
You can't have stuff in your mouth.
Mm-mm. Netflix literally doubled the amount of subscribers that analysts anticipated that they were going to have when they took on a new strategy. And I actually broke this down back in DC. Oh, that felt weird. They pivoted and they said instead of just letting everybody password share, we're gonna create several new tiers that they have coming down in the pipeline that allows for people to actually be able to sign up for their own password, but then you just get it for the cheaper version in order to get the ad supported tier. So what it did was it allowed for them to be able to do two things. First thing that they was able to do is able to get more people to sign up. Second thing that they was able to do is they were able to get more from the companies that they're doing business with as far as an ad supported tier because they created a whole new revenue stream for the company. They're becoming less dependent on just the subscribers and they're also building more revenue streams. And the third thing that they did was they enabled themselves to actually continue to be able to make more money from the people that were already subscribers by being able to raise the prices for people that were already on a specific tier. So they bring in the new customers, bring in the new revenue, and they're able to generate more revenue from the customers that they already have while also continuing to build out their content library. Netflix is a phenomenal company to own, in my opinion. And I am not a investment advisor, so go ahead. I'm not giving you stock advice. I'm not giving you investment advice. I'm giving you my perspective as to why it is that I long term invested in Netflix and why I think it's a phenomenal company going forward in the future. They're going to continue to lead in the streaming wars. They continue to allocate monies and resources towards um, building up a portfolio, a long term portfolio that they will then be able to make money off of 10 different ways, including licensing it out. And I think that they have great leadership. Um, and people that are truly understanding the long term technology repercussions that other companies are going to face, and they continue to lead the pack. I think that Netflix is a phenomenal company.